Don't you love it when it's Sunday and you're outside gardening and then suddenly you realize it's Sunday and you still haven't filmed your video yet? Yeah, everyone, that's me. What's up? It's Carrie, aka Nerdygirlcreates, and welcome back to my channel. It's time for some Manga Monday and some spooky reviews. And today, I have a very interesting one, but not one that's not unfamiliar to the manga community. This one is called Parasyte, and it is written by, and I'm gonna screw it up bad, Hitoshi Iwaaki. Hopefully I got that right. And this is more of a science fiction horror. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with The Thing from John Carpenter, which is also a remake. They even had like a prequel recently. I can't talk. See, this is what happens when you don't plan ahead and you don't do things when you're supposed to do things. Hair's a mess, barely have enough makeup on, but here we are. We're here. This is scary. Okay. This is probably more scary than what's going on with this book, but we're going to talk about it. So, yes, as I was saying, if you ever watched the movie The Thing, which is Kurt Russell, it's a remake of a 1950s sci-fi horror, and in it there is a creature that literally infects people and turns them into it and controls them, and is very gory and scary. This is similar, but there's a catch. Now, what happens here is you have multiple parasites crashing down to Earth in a meteor. And in this meteor, they come out and they find hosts, which are humans that they're targeting. And they get into their ear and they take over their brain and control their bodies. Well, one of these parasites screws up. And instead of getting into the head of this teenager he is trying to possess, he gets caught by the kid while he's like in this really sleepy state, and kid kind of froze him off. So instead the parasite feels forced to go into his hand. So the boy wakes up and nothing unusual at first. He's realizes there's like something in his arm and starts to freak out, and he's trying to tie off his arm and he's screaming, and his parents come up and ask him what's going on. And then he thinks, okay, maybe it was just all a really bad dream. He goes to school, he goes on his day like it's normal. His parents kind of like mock him on his way out the door. Meanwhile, around his neighborhood, other people who have been infected with the parasite, kind of like in The Thing, their face splits apart and they eat other humans and chop off their heads or chop them into pieces. The news starts to report on it. They think it's some type of weird serial killer. And the kid doesn't connect anything at first until his hand starts to act weird in class. And the parasite is unable to control the kid, but he can control his hand. So the boy discovers that he is possessed with this parasite in his hand, and the two of them realize that they have to coexist. So they do so, and at the same time, they also realize that because the parasite failed and all these other parasites are slowly taken off the earth, they have to kind of like work together to fight off these other parasites. So it's kind of like The Thing meets some type of superhero version of The Thing that fights the other things. I know that sounds very, very weird, doesn't it? But I have to say it's a really interesting story, and I want to talk about this, but first we have to talk about the art. And the reason I'm really hyped about talking about the art in this is because it's really different from what you normally get in manga. What I find really, really intriguing is this is almost more Western comic book style than Japanese manga style. It's a lot more like black and white. You have some grayscale, some maybe black shadowing here and there. But it looks like it was almost getting prepared to be colored, at least from my perspective as somebody who's been a comic book fan. Um, and I think this is probably why I'm really excited. And I had pre-ordered the hardcover all colored editions that are coming out in November. But yeah, the art is not your traditional Japanese manga. You don't get the really big eye style and all. It's actually very more Western style, in my personal opinion. And everything from the expressions and all are very much more comic book, detail with the furrowed brow and you don't have a lot of really over exaggerated expressions. The ones who do are the ones that are meant to, and that are the parasytes. The parasytes are supposed to be kind of really like this alien, and what they do to the human form and how they just form them and turn them into, like, one guy's head splits open into a big huge multiple jaw and just like takes off somebody's head. Um, the kid's hand has like eyeballs on it talking to him. It's got a mouth on his palm. You know, it's really interesting, but it's kind of like, again, it's more Western. It seems a lot more influenced by Western style. I wish I can show you the interiors, but unfortunately, a lot of people keep getting their videos taken down when they do this, so I don't want to risk it. But I'm sure you can go online and check it out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's very much more in the tradition of a Western style than more of a manga. Um, Now the story itself I like. It's kind of a combination of sci-fi, horror, and then you also have some comedy elements. Plus you have like a kid who is discovering his superpowers. But the thing is, the superpower is a parasite who's got its own mind and thoughts in his hand. And the parasite can manipulate his hand to just form into different things, and it kind of becomes like his ability is like superpower. I'm repeating myself again. I am sorry. But there's a part where he gets confronted by some bullies, and the parasite comes to his aid by using his hand to do things. There's also some funny parts with the parasite in the hand talking to the teenager and realizing like the teenager's kind of got a crush on a girl, so he kind of turns into a certain shape on his hand. I'm not going to say what it is, but I think you know where I'm going. And the kid gets really embarrassed because of what it is, and he hides the arm really quickly because he doesn't want anybody to see this giant. Yeah. There is some blood and gore. I wouldn't say it's like one of the bloodiest or goriest mangas I've read. I mean, nothing tops Jinja Ito. It's just kind of more of the disformity that happens with like the people possessed by the parasites and this poor teenager's hand. Um and like the way this thing looks when it comes out to talk to him is kind of like, oh, okay, that really is weird. But they have this really unusual relationship. It's kind of like codependency. They know that they need each other to survive, otherwise they're both going to be targeted by the parasites. The parasite, I guess, can't leave him or it will die. Um, the kid needs the parasite to detect the other parasites. It's really interesting. I like it a lot. I do like the elements of some comedy in there, so it's not constantly very dark. But when it does get into the really serious dark stuff, it really does go there to kind of like show you how bad this threat is with the parasites. So he is yeah, this kid, it's all up to him to stop this. But there's a lot of other factors that start to come into play. I don't want to spoil. But yes, that is Parasyte. I highly recommend it. That's my choice for this spooky review. Now, before you go, and I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video because I am dense today. But if you're looking for some deals on manga, I have some affiliate links below. One of them, of course, is Right Stuff Anime. They have a lot of great deals on manga. If you sign up, you already get a discount. Plus, they have a membership where you can get additional discounts. They got sales all the time where you can get bundles for great deals. There's weekend sales. There's always something where you can save on manga. And let me tell you, I really enjoy it. I order a lot of manga through there, especially box sets. Now, if you're interested, the link is down below. Go ahead and click it. Also, I want to remind everybody Tuesday nights is Otaku Tuesday. Me and the squad get together and we talk about some anime, some manga, some related news, and we give our top 5 of the week. Alright, so that is Parasyte. And stay tuned at the end of the week. I will have an Indie Friday spooky review. But for now, this is my recommendation, and I am ready to go to bed right after I edit this video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please comment down below. Tell me if there's anything you suggest. Let me know if there's anything else from this mangaka. I'm not really familiar with his name, but, you know, if there's anything else he's done that's really good, I would love to know. So please go ahead and tell me. Alright, so you all have a good night, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!